Whatever business you're in, growth isn't just about getting bigger. At ADP, we believe it's about getting stronger by turning data into insights so you can build teams that work as teams. By using our AI technology to help catch payroll errors before they're errors. And by keeping ahead of thousands of changing regulations so you can keep ahead of everything else. ADP helps businesses like yours grow stronger every day. ADP, HR, talent, time, and payroll.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special. At Kroger, we've got a huge selection of high-quality meats on top of fresh, natural produce, like fresh, never-frozen prime-grade beef and our Simple Truth Organic Brussels sprouts, or delicious king crab legs with our private selection gourmet potatoes. Whew, had to say that doubly fast. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Get more ways to save at the Buy 5 or More Save $1 each sale. Just buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to the Fantasy NBA Today podcast.
Welcome to this very special breaking news edition of Fantasy NBA Today. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, but haven't really had the opportunity to. And today, just by, basically coincidence, the great Adam King, who's also on this pod, and you'll hear from him momentarily, and we're on a call getting ready to do our mailbag episode when we found out that Bam Adebayo is having surgery to his UCL, the ulnar collateral ligament. He's expected to miss a month and a half of basketball, and I thought we could just throw a news break episode of Fantasy NBA Today at you guys and see what you think. If this is cool, if you guys like it, we can try to do this more as big NBA news comes down the pike. It doesn't happen but for once every few weeks, but this feels like a pretty big one. So, Adam, you ready to just fire away at a quick hitter and see how it goes?
Yep, let's give it a go.
All right, we're giving it a go. He's, of course, the great Adam King, at AdamKing91 on Twitter. I am at Dan Bespris. And again, the news, as just mentioned, is that Bam Adebayo, who's been resting games with a sore knee, he was questionable with illness, but that was something else, now has actually torn a ligament in his hand beyond any... So, this guy's been dinged up. It's been a pain. And before we even get to the ramifications, I guess I just kind of want to complain. I know you said you don't have Bam anywhere. I have him in one spot. I wanted him actually in more, and it didn't pan out just based on what draft slot I got in 13 snake drafts. I just didn't end up in a spot that would end up with a lot of Bam. But the whole point of Bam is, look, this guy's probably not going to blow away his ADP on a per-game basis, but annually he beats it because he doesn't miss games for small, nagging injuries, and now here we are. He's already missed some time. Now he's going to miss a big chunk of time. I've got to think, Adam, that for folks that have Bam right now, and again, I have him in one spot, this is unbelievably frustrating, and I know you feel the same way about Michael Porter Jr. What would you suggest someone do who has Bam right now? Is there anything you could do besides just sit on it?
Not really. I don't think you're going to really be able to trade him away, obviously, and get value back. So I think hopefully your league's got an IR spot. I've had questions from people whose leagues don't have an IR spot, which I find pretty odd in the world we live in at the moment. I think you need to have at least one, if not two, at least in a head-to-head league. Roto's a little bit different, I suppose. But no, look, I'd just be sitting on him. As you said, I didn't get him anywhere because I thought he was going a little bit high for me. And I think, I don't know what his player ranking is. I'm sure it's not where it needs to be. Have a look.
Cyber Days are happening now at JCPenney. Hurry to jcp.com and shop thousands of online deals through Wednesday. Tuck into cold weather bedding, including foam mink to Sherpa comforters, heated blankets, and throws up to 60% off. Say yes, please, to 1/10 carat total weight diamonds, just $25. Quick, click these deals before they're gone. JCPenney. Offers valid on select items through 12/1. Cyber online deals excluded from coupons. Other exclusions apply. See jcp.com for details.
At Kroger, we know the holiday season is going to be special for everyone. So use the Kroger app to get personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. That way you'll get all the fresh holiday specialties you love at prices that are lower than low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
And now you'll find more ways to save on your favorites. When you download digital coupons, you can use up to 5 times in one transaction. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Bam is
Not good. He's like in the 90, 80, 90 range.
95th. Yeah, 95th ranked player. So, yeah, look, he's not meeting his ADP. I mean, there are things that are going to pick up it there. But, no, look, I'd be sitting on him, and I guess we want to just hit on probably Dwayne Dedman. And what are you... Well, I know you are, but what are your thoughts on running to grab Dedman?
Yeah, I did. I grabbed him. So, Dedman's an interesting case study here because he's not going to have the kind of role he had in Atlanta a few years ago. I think that's how we all remember Dedman's fantasy surge was 3-4 years ago with the Hawks. He was playing about half the ball game, 25-ish minutes. And it was actually over about 2 full years he did it with the Hawks. Like things looked pretty good for him at that stretch. Then he went to Sacramento. He was persona non grata out there. He's been with Miami the last couple of seasons. Last year for just a short stretch, and then this year backing up Bam. He's in this season so far. Even in his fill-in games, he hasn't really been inclined to do very much, because there actually have been a few games that Bam's missed so far. And for Dedman, 17-minute game. He did have a 29-minute fill-in game mixed in there, 25-and-a-half-minute game. He seems reluctant to shoot the basketball. However, now that he knows he's kind of the only choice to start there, and they're going to need him to do things for longer than just all right, I'll just mess around filling in, I do think he's going to have to find kind of a place for himself. So I am picking him up. I'm not setting my expectations too high. It's not going to be like Bam 3-4 years ago where he was a top 60 fantasy player. He was a 1-1-1 guy, I think, that year. I might be wrong on the three-pointers. He might have been just under 1. No, actually in 2018, he was a 1-1-1 guy. He was at 11 and 7.5. He took 8 shots in his 25 minutes a game. I don't think that's happening. I think you're looking at maybe more like 6 shots, 6 to 7. I don't know how many of them are going to be three-pointers. The steals and blocks have been generally down for him the last couple of years. I don't know if that's a scheme thing or just, I'd like to say it's him getting a little bit older, but he's only 32 right now, so I don't think we can pin it on that. But to wrap it all together, and then I'd like to hear your take on it. I think I'm looking for like top 100 type of production. He makes sense as sort of like a middling second center on a 12-team fantasy roster, certainly a must-own guy in anything deeper than that. And then you just hope for some upside because he's got a month and a half to 2 months to figure it out. Are you adding him, or are you kind of like, meh, we'll let somebody else deal with it, or are you somewhere in between?
Yeah, look, I grabbed him in one league. I had Michael Porter Jr. to drop anyway, so I was just waiting for someone to come along to fill that spot. So Dedman will do our job. I think, look, I'm probably with you. Like top 100 is probably the ceiling there. I think you're probably looking at close to a double-double, something 9 and 10 or something like that with a block. But his percentages are sort of what gets him over the line there. He won't hurt you in your free throw percentage, and he'll be solid from the field. So I'm okay to grab him as long as you're not, as you said, you're not expecting top 60. I would hope, I don't think it will happen, but in some games, I'm hoping they get now, and I think you pronounce it Omer Yurtseven.
I'm not going to get that one right, but yeah,
he was good in summer league. I thought he looked really good, and just in deeper leagues, I don't know. I'd keep an eye on him just in case he can sort of carve out that backup role. He hasn't yet, so I'm not sort of. I don't have my hopes too high that he will, but it would be nice to see him get some minutes and see what he can do. But it's obviously, Dedman, and you pick him up and just see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, drop him and move on.
I believe Yurtseven's played 37 total minutes this season. So
Yeah.
yeah, it would be a pretty good jump for him. There's also, I guess, an outside shot that someone like Markieff Morris ends up as a small ball center when his neck is healed up from the Nikola Jokic incident. I didn't expect him to be out this long. But, I mean, Dedmon has to be the guy who gets the first crack at it, and there's a whole bunch of time on that shelf. So go grab him. If you have something sort of outside the top 100 that doesn't really have rest of season appeal, don't worry about it if you didn't grab him fast enough, because he's probably not going to be a guy that lifts fantasy teams up and over the threshold to, a top whatever seed. And then hopefully if you got Bam, you can just kind of squat on him for a bit and hope he comes back. His body gets a little rest here and comes back stronger for the expectation is come back in sort of mid to late January, and then you get, to February, March, and about 2.5-ish months out of him the rest of the way. Real episode of Fantasy NBA Today coming in just a few moments, actually. Wanted to get this one out first, so I hope you guys enjoyed this breaking news edition. He's Adam, I'm Dan. Stick around. Real episode coming up again later on today.
It's Macy's Friends and Family with our biggest savings on gifts they'll love. Get an extra 30% off brands that rarely go on sale with your coupon or Macy's card. And snag 15% off fragrances, skincare, makeup, and more stocking stuffers. Plus, shop daily flash deals while supplies last, going on now at Macy's. And get contact-free curbside pickup or pickup in store today. Details at macys.com/pickup. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
At Kroger, we know the holiday season is going to be special for everyone. So use the Kroger app to get personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. That way you'll get all the fresh holiday specialties you love at prices that are lower than low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
And now you'll find more ways to save on your favorites. When you download digital coupons, you can use up to 5 times in one transaction. Kroger, fresh for everyone.